Hi everyone, wanted to put this video with this post because this is of course some pretty shocking news to hear. Believe me, it's been shocking for our family over the last 10 days or so. It's been a hard 10 days. This is not news that anyone wants to hear, but because the C word is involved, yep, I have cancer. I thought I'd put this video out to try to answer some questions, let you all know where this thing's at, be as transparent as I can be in this process. So about 12 days ago now, had a colonoscopy. I'm just turned 40. If you've been watching Facebook, yay, 40, boom, cancer. Having a few symptoms in my bowel movements, enough to get a colonoscopy, even though we weren't thinking this was the outcome. Right away on the colonoscopy, they found cancer. Let us know that on a Friday. That was a super long weekend when we found out. The testing, it took about a week to get that next phase of testing in place. CT scans, MRIs of the whole body. And then earlier this week on Monday, we met with the surgeon who's going to sort of lead the plan to get this under control. And in that meeting, we sort of learned the results of the testing. That has both bad and good news, overall good on the whole, but the bad news is that the tumor itself is quite developed and has taken over part of my colorectal area, sort of low in my body. It is outside of the wall of the rectum. It is hit a couple of lymph nodes. For that reason, what this is called is stage 3 cancer. If you know cancer, there's 4 stages, and so 1 is what you want, low, 4 is spread around the body. So I'm at stage 3, which means it's at my lymph nodes, but it is also not spreading around my body actively right now and metastasizing anywhere else. So that's the good news. The whole scans of my body don't show it sort of showing up in any other location. Because it's in the lymph nodes, though, it's safe to assume some cancer cells are moving around my body right now. And so the treatment plan has to be pretty aggressive for that reason. So it's already underway. I've met with the oncologists, and we're going to get radiation started right away next week. Later this week, we're going to sort of run the radiation practice round. For the next month, I'm going to be on a mixture of radiation and chemo pills, just to try to reduce the size of the tumor, and the chemo pills to begin to make sure those cancer cells that are moving around the body are not showing up in other places. Then there's a little bit of a gap as that radiation continues to work. And then I'll have a pretty major surgery come about November-ish. It's not scheduled yet, but come about November, I'll have pretty major surgery to remove a piece of the rectum that is impacted by this tumor. So that is sort of the attack plan leading up to surgery. Surgery then is a major one, so it's going to take a little while to recover. There's going to be maybe up to a week in hospital perhaps, and then another 3 to 4 week recovery after that at home. Then the real chemo begins, the IV chemo treatments throughout the rest of whatever's left of this year and then into next year, chemo treatments to try to remove any remaining cancer cells that are floating around in my body. So that is sort of the overall treatment plan that's going to run, maybe 8 months, 10 months. It depends on how long that chemo goes later on. That should, fingers crossed, appreciate any prayers on your behalf. We could use them. That will hopefully let us by late next spring, early next summer, make some kind of cancer-free statement. That's the big goal here, and it seems quite feasible because it's not moving around right now, that we can really get this back under control with this plan for this year. So that's the me story. If you all know me, I've got a big family. We've got 5 kids. My wife Jennifer is amazing and spectacular and has been a rock through this entire process. We're here in Lexington, loving life in Kentucky, but we're really on our own. And so we are doing our best at the moment. We're in a crazy pandemic. We're homeschooling. We're both working our full-time jobs. It's a lot that we're dealing with. But on the whole, once you get past that first wave of mentally dealing with that C word, we really are starting to feel a lot stronger about this plan. There'll be a period where, as we hit November and into December, as we recover from surgery and get those chemo treatments started, where we're going to seek some help from folks. Just letting you know now, if you're on my Facebook feed, you probably have some connection. And so in all those various ways, we might seek some help. But on the whole, we're doing well. Kids are doing well. And we are going to beat this thing back and get cancer free by next summer. That is everyone's expectation. I'm going to lose some weight in this game. That is part of the equation. I'll be a little bit weak because we've got COVID going on. We might be a little bit more distant during those phases when I'm at my weakest. But we are absolutely going to make it through it. And I wanted to put this video out, let you know our spirits are high. We're doing well mentally. We're going to handle this over the course of the next year. But we appreciate all the love and prayers and any little offers of help, especially as we get into the later months of this thing. All of those things are so welcome. We're so blessed. I have great teams around me in so many areas that I get to work with here at UK. I have a great team here at home, great family. We're in a great position to handle this, and we're gonna. And so that's what's happening over this next year. I wanted to just put this video with this post so you have some sense of how we're dealing with it. Appreciate all the love and support.